Hey Gutfoxx here, welcome to tier ranking the second baseman in the game as we continue with tier ranking week, 2 weeks, it's been a bit. Anyways, let's just get right into it before we get any introduction, right? Or we did an introduction. Soriano. Okay, now Soriano is probably one of the most, I would say, polarizing second baseman in the game right now, or just players in the game, right? Some people really do not like his pitch, or sorry, his pitch, his swing, and for that, they can't use him, right? Now, like, Soriano to me has been very nice. That's, a combination of ranked seasons, all of his stats here, hitting 393, slugging 872, combo of that and events. I don't think I've ever, maybe I've used them in BR before, but generally I don't remember that, if it did happen. So this card's weird, right? Well, his stats are absolutely bonkers, right? Maybe, it's great at second base, great in the outfield with everything that he offers you. Some people don't like him because they can't turn a fastball as well as a lot of the guys because they don't say he's got the quick swing. Myself, I haven't really noticed that as much as a lot of other guys have. Of course, I don't like playing on Legend. I avoided all possible instances except for when I'm forced to. Hall of Fame, I'm basically against my will into it, and I don't want to quit. I'll offer friendlies, but they generally don't take them. But anyways, with that said, Soriano to me is like S tier, but like enough people hate him that they're making me think like he should be A tier. I think I'm gonna leave him up here for now. But man, I might get bullied into A tier. But for me, I think he's S tier. The problem is like there's a lot of other great for second basemen. So you know what? We'll keep him here for now and we'll readjust at the end. Craig Biggio, he is not that good, okay? I'm going to skip through a lot of these guys. I hate Joe Morgan. I really do. Crawford. All right, Brandon Crawford. Let's go take a look at Mr. Crawford here and his card, which I'm currently not witnessing at the moment. I am blind. Truly, and there he is, 90 overall. So, Crawford, great against righties, not so great against lefties. Kind of like a platoon. He's also really slow at 30 speed. So overall, pretty limited. That's the tough part about not having the overalls on the cards. Brandon Crawford is a 90 overall. It would have been easier to find if I would have remembered that off the top. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in D tier right now. Just looking at his stats, I don't think I've used him a whole lot. No, only 18 appearances. Well, here's the problem. 18 at bats, I'm in 500 with him. Well, that was probably some event, right? Or I don't know, maybe I used him in a, no, I probably didn't use him in, I don't remember using him in a BR run, but Crawford I don't feel like is super like up there at meta. Sandberg here, oh my god, these home run derby cards are all great because of their power at all-star. And I mean 81 contact versus left, it's you got the platoon advantage lefty versus righty if you do face it. So I do kind of like that. It's not awful, but it's not good, right? 81 is still going to be a pretty small PCI on higher levels. It's definitely playable at Hall of Fame. Legend is like stretching it a little bit, or maybe a lot of it at Legend. It's very tough. You want to get high contact there. But anyways, overall, a very solid defensive card. So for that, I think like this Sandberg card, and I didn't like his swing last year. Was that 2 years ago now that he was a part of Live Series? I'm gonna talk about A tier, right? I think he's that good at All-Star, but man, 81 contact is like really the only thing that holds him back at second base. All right, Pawson, dude, okay. Robert Pawson, his name is Robert Pawson. In death, we all are Robert Pawson. I kind of like his swing. Now, he didn't play well for me in a small sample size, only hitting 333 with 1400 OPS. Oh, 1400 OPS is God tier. Who am I kidding? I don't know. Like, it was weird because, like, I usually judge guys and that he's got, defense, speed out the wazoo. You're a good hitter if you take a bad input from me and you turn it into a hit. Now, he's done that. He did it a couple times, like, what the heck? I missed that. I must have some really bad inputs with this card to get, like, 3 home runs and 12 at-bats, but overall, with that, I'm going to throw him into the B tier. Defensive superstar. Doesn't really have it with the bat, though. Trey Turner. Man, if Soriano's A tier, I feel like Turner's A tier for me, too. These guys might both be S tier for me. I really love Turner. I feel like even when I'm going against Turner, my opponents always have a ball that's hit hard off his bat, and that's very rare. It just feels like he hits the ball hard. Sure, a lot of balls in this game go directly at outfielders, you know, ground balls and stuff, but I feel like I really like Turner, so I'm gonna put them both in S tier there for their defense all around badassitude. Trevor Story can play second base also. This maybe should have been like an entire middle infielder type of tier ranking, but we'll have shortstops here. We have Story, who's gonna tell me a good story. That's why we're gonna make him the king of the kingdom, right? Isn't that how life goes? They got a good story, so you're king. I still hate the way that show ended. I'm looking for Story. Does anybody got, is Story on my bench or something? Is that why I don't have, yeah, there he's on my bench. That's why I wasn't popping up. But anyways, 121 power, 83 speed. Now, I like the BR card better than this Story, but the BR doesn't have a secondary at second base. Once again, very good, an all-star, very, very good. Higher levels than that, you're going to struggle against right-handed hitters. So Story, I do feel like goes into A tier for me. A little bit worse, you know, defense than the other one, but overall still a very solid defender. Adam Frazier is going to go down to B tier. Doesn't have the power that I really look for. Fletcher's 42 card, oh wait, sorry, you can't see it. Fletcher's 42 card, I'm going to put that in D tier also. CJ Abrams, and this is a card that I really did enjoy using, and I want to show it off. He's actually a shortstop, first of all, but he can play second base as a secondary. Like, this card early on played pretty well for me. What was this? Oh, wait, what that? Wait, I'm thinking of a different card. Who am I thinking of? No. I take all that back. CJ Abrams. Was I thinking of Wander? I like Wander's card. Wander's a second baseman. I really like this card. 80 that makes more sense. Hitting 557 and 80 plate appearances. Yeah, Abrams I didn't really use. Dang, I confused them. Sorry, future stars and prospects. I confused you. Based off stats, I don't like them. I don't like them. This McMahon card, though, I kind of want to give him A tier. Like, this McMahon card, everybody and their mother was drooling about this McMahon card early on in the year. For good reason, too. Right? This McMahon card had it. I don't know what it is, but it had it. Because of its power, its quick swing. There you are. Power, quick swing. Now, the power's obviously gotten outdated, right? We're getting like the Story card had basically, you know, better speed, better defense, contact was similar, and then it also has 120 power. Now, it's still got a sweet swing. McMahon's one of those rare swings that you can be slightly late on the ball and it still goes over the fence, even with only 98, 95 power. And I say like only, right? Remember when those used to be like the maximum amount of power you'd have for the entire year? It used to stop at 99. The simple times, and suckers playing Madden stop at 99 still. But McMahon, I really want to boost him up, but it's going to be kind of hard now to put him in the same story and the same level as Trevor's Story. So I'm going to put him in B tier. I still really like the card. I might actually move these guys down just to make McMahon its own tier. And then Biggio's going to move down too. Maybe I can put an F tier, but I'll leave it like that for now. Eduardo Escobar is easily an A tier, a switch hitter with very decent contact and then good power, like really good power, both sides. I do love the way Eduardo Escobar swings the bat. He might even be close enough to S tier with it. Like, you guys know my absolute kink for switch hitters. Like, I think switch hitting adds, like, basically, I would say 10 to 20 points of contact for me. It just makes me very comfortable at the plate. Now, it's not the end-all be-all. You still have to PC it up. Some guys are better or worse versus the opposite-handed hitters. But overall, 70 speed, kind of 5 tools. Not amazing on the speed, but a defensive superstar with 91 arm strength. And then good contact, good, decent contact. Not great, but good power for sure. I really love Eduardo Escobar, and he might even be up there. But we'll leave him there for now. Jose Ramirez, I'm going to put an A tier also. He swings a nice bat. I mean, just for the switch hitting, it's between here and here for me for Jose. I really do enjoy him at second base myself. Maybe he's not the most athletic guy there with his 68 speed, but I just complimented somebody with 70 speed, so maybe that's more my psychology. Two overall is not that big, but his defense a little bit worse than Eduardo Escobar. He is a switch hitter. He's got no power versus lefties and not that great contact versus righties, so he's kind of like a mixed bag right there. But he does have a nice, sweet, quick swing. That's why I get, like, his swing is why he's an A tier, not B tier. Otherwise, he'd be pretty close there. Cronenworth, I feel like is super underrated. I'm rating a lot of guys. There's a lot of great second basemen. Cronenworth, if you need a lefty in your lineup, this is not a bad one to insert, right? He doesn't have the power versus lefties, but he does have decent contact, good speed, and good fielding. So I think he's like overall decent, and that's all I gotta say about Cronenworth. I might even lower him down to B tier, because I don't think he's on the same level as these guys. So yeah, he gets to the B tier, and I think he's good, and a nice lefty for you. Simeon, oof. I didn't like him as much as a lot of others guys did. I mean, this is how well I play with him in here, but I know other players play with him like S tier. So I'm gonna leave it at A tier. I think he's a decent card. I didn't see it when I used him out on the field though, right? Got good defense, speed at 74 is okay. So that's all I got to say about that. Sure, his contact versus right is great, but over against left, I got the platoon advantage at that point. So the swing wasn't it for me, but I know that people's really like it. So that's more like personal preference. Next up is Mr. Brian Roberts. Roberts, come on down, Roberts. Wait, where's Roberts at? There you are, 95. This card, again, another switch hitter, good speed, defense solid. I don't know. I prefer Julia over Brian here. This card, I feel like, is just a card. And that's all I got to say about that. Switch hitting's nice. You get the contact boost, but, man, being so bad against lefties with power, that really does lower my opinion on you, Brian Roberts. I'm sorry. You can't have any holes in your game like that. Mazurowski, it's sad, Gold Glove. I mean, it's what he deserves. He's one of the best, finest defensive second basemen of all time. But, except for, like, hitting a Game 7 walk-off grand slam, every boy's dream, in the, Game 7 of the World Series, Maz doesn't really have with a bat. Weird. All right, next up, Kevin Biggio. Kevin's somebody that people have raved about, or they used to rave about him. He's kind of outdated right now. C category. I was never able to use him very much, but that's based on what I've seen in the community. C category for him. Let's rate the tops now cards last. Jackie Robinson. Some people really don't like his swing, right? He's got a very polarizing swing too. I myself, when I started playing with Jackie, I thought he was trash, right? I thought Jackie was absolute god awful. I wanted him off my squad as fast as possible. And then he started doing Jackie Robinson things for me. And I was surprised. There was like for a while, it felt like he was carrying my squad. I guess I can look it up right there. 121 contact versus right, 125 versus lefties. Speed at 99. Defense is great there with the reaction. You might even be as valuable in left field. He's at second base at high difficulty levels because of the speed and reaction. And you really want to, it's going to be a pitching duel a lot of times. You want to steal a lot of runs from players. But overall, this guy is a superstar. I'm surprised I don't see more people bunt cheesing with him with that drag bunt stat. I see it with people with Trey Turner. Maybe they just haven't done with Jackie, but yeah, this guy caused a lot of problems, and for that reason, he's S tier for me. We got two different Wanderers here. I think this Wander is right here at B category for me right now, and this Wander is up to S tier category. I'm only gonna look at the top. You can see we'll see the top Wander. Like I said, I love switch hitters. Good speed, great defense, right? Great defense. I could improve all these stats by 3. Of course, I probably won't be able to get there before, moving on to my next shortstop. But overall, I think he does it against both sides of the plate and is a 5-tool superstar for that reason. Offensively and defensively, I really do like the Wander card. S tier for me. Keston Hiura, a reverse split demon. I think he's going to go down to D tier for me right now. Xander's weird. I thought I was going to like this card more than I did. Xander should have played better than he did. And maybe that's just me getting a small sample size on him and not giving him a full trial. But man, maybe this is the same thing that happened with Jackie, right? The very similar stats to Jackie with the contact and power are maybe it's not good. His speed isn't nearly as good. Reaction's not as good. So obviously losing that portion of his game, which, speed is a very important portion of it. If you're going to play middle infield and get to balls that are hit like hard or like, squeaking through, Jackie will get the balls that he won't be able to. So you do sacrifice that defense, but offense is pretty similar. And I don't know. I really didn't get it. Like, it was surprisingly bad for me, this Xander was. Like, I would like hit the ball. It wasn't perfect. It was basically like just early timing, basically center of the PCI, and then it'd just be like a lazy fly. And I was like, what? What's going on, Xander? And it happened multiple times, and that's when I couldn't use him anymore. So even though stats say he should be maybe in the A tier, S tier if he had the more speed, I think he's B tier for me because I don't know. I didn't get him. That just happened to me. Carlos Correa, he doesn't even get ranked. I'm not gonna put him on there. He's an Astro. Next up, Ozzy Albies. Great switch hitter. I think he's borderline here. Really borderline for me. I kind of want to go here, but I'm going to go here in B tier for Ozzy. I feel like he's just missing a little bit. Some people really like the way the ball pops off his back, though. I think Ozzy's all right. Alomar, I mean, if I don't rank Korea, I can't rank Alomar, right? He got I don't remember the exact reason, but I think he will not be getting any more cards in the game. So we'll just put them both in dumpster tier. And you know what? I mean, performance-wise, that's wrong on Correa. So I'm just going to not rank him. I probably shouldn't even put him on the list. Maybe I put him on the list just so you guys know I didn't forget him. Turang, I thought was trash. Tatis, I think Tatis was A tier. I think Tatis holds up except for against righties. No. They boosted that. Where are you at, Tatis? There you are. Lefties. Lefties. I like them. Right? Reverse splits. Reverse platoon, I guess is a better way of saying it. Does better against righties and lefties. Speed, phenomenal arm. You know, it's everything you want out of a card except for contact versus left. The problem is you will face a bunch of lefties, right? This game is very well balanced for pitchers, lefty versus righties, right? But I guess, you know, you'll mostly face online. I'd say the top two pitchers are both righties right now. But I guess you got Soto as a reliever. I mean, that's tough. This might not be a bad card. I know some people really love his swing. I think he's probably, I mean, if anybody gets one of them top tier cards, 84 plate appearances, I'm at 432 with him. Dang, that's tough, especially with that speed. Oof. I'm gonna keep him in A tier. His performance matches up to his stats. Contact is rough. Not good on Legend. He's okay elsewhere. Not good on Legend. Jonathan Scope right here. I know I screw up his name a lot, but I believe it is Scope. Scope is an all-star god, just like I talked about all the other home run derby dudes. Where are you at? Secondary? No. He's a first baseman, secondary second baseman. Where are you at? There you are. Maybe not even an all-star. It's just platoon god. Platoon god. You could platoon him with one of these lefty killer, one of these dominant lefties. Although I will say the second baseman's got a lot of righties in it, right? Outside of Cronenworth and a bunch of switch hitters, right? Bunch of these switch hitters like Wander. It's all righties. So, like, Scope is good if you're facing a lefty meta. A righty meta, I think you can do better because he's really giving it up on speed. It's 55. That is not great for the middle infield. Obviously, outfield would be even worse. But, man, he's got a really nice elevating swing. Maybe a bench bat. And so being like a top-tier bench bat, I'll leave him on B tier. But, like, being a god-tier bench bat that can play any position in the infield, I think there's a lot of value there. And so I'm going to put him at A tier. Because basically, like, say you got a first baseman that's like Poppy or a second baseman, like any left-handed player on the infield. You platoon him with that one, or you do whatever you want with him. Bring in Scope later in the game. You got an amazing hitter then. So I think because of his versatility, I think the ability for him to actually dominate, he's going there at A tier. The rest of them I'm just gonna kind of leave it off. I haven't used any of these top knowledge cards, and I don't even know how to rate them, man. I guess I can rate them based off how they look here, but there's already better. No, I don't have this Cronenworth. Who are the two? Was it Lowry? No, it was Brad Miller, right? Brad Miller. I guess here's the other half of your platoon with Scope. I guess that's worth rating. I just have not used Brad Miller this year. I don't know why. I just haven't used the Topps Now cards. When did he come out? Yeah, he just came out, literally. That's probably why I haven't used him. I'm ignorant. But you guys already knew that about me. And then Vital. Nothing special here either. So we'll do it like this. C. B. B. D. I think that's my final rating. I think I'm gonna stick by my gun and say Soriano's an S tier for me. If I had to rank them in order though, I think I'd go right here. I think this would be my, in order of effectiveness, second baseman at the S tier. All right, let me know what you guys. What's your guys' opinion on this? Sorry, it's 20 minutes long. I didn't mean to speak this long. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. See ya tomorrow.